What's going on YouTube? Heylow here, bringing you an all-new Total War Warhammer 2 1v1 matchup. So today we are going to be playing a quick battle against the Horned Rat. But this time we are going to be bringing Skaven, and he is going to be bringing the Dark Elves. So let's dive into the compositions. Alright, so for myself, playing Skaven, up front we are going to have some Death Runners screening out our Skaven Slave Slingers, and the back line is going to be some Clan Rats supported by Plague Monks. So we went for kind of a tiered infantry here, the Death Runners hidden up front to try and bait any charges into the Skaven Slave Slingers, and then they would be supported by the Clan Rats and the Plague Monks in the back to come and sweep through some infantry. Our Lord and Hero are going to be a Plague Priest and the Grey Seer with Lore of Plague, so we're going for double Rat Summons as well as double Bless with Filth. In the back, we're going to have two Doom Wheels, one on each flank, one unit of Poison Wind Globadiers to try and focus down like Cav or Hydras, Charybdis, things like that. And then in the very rear, we are going to have a Plague Claw Catapult, just kind of hanging out back here by himself to provide some artillery work, kind of drag down the infantry, focus down Dark Shards, things like that. So for the Dark Elves over here, the Horned Rat went for a very elite build. We were talking before the match started. You wanted to try something out like his rank 9 Skaven sword and board build, where he brings just very small, very elite army, and see how it goes. So he went for Lokhir Fellheart on foot, backed up by a War Hydra, and his infantry is going to consist of the Blades of the Blood Queen, a Harganeth Executioner, and two Blackguard. Cavalry, he went for Cold One Dread Knights and the Knights of the Ebon Claw. And then last but not least, he's going to have a unit of the Raven Heralds back here to provide some air-based AP missile fire. So let's get started. Okay, so off the bat, didn't know what to expect, but I see the very elite build, and I think we can do it. We've got the summons, we've got very high numbers. We're just really going to have to focus the infantry down with our Plague Claw Catapults, which we immediately start doing. Blades of the Blood Queen are going to be a big threat. These guys are monsters in combat. So what we do is we start moving our slingers up to harass the Harganeth Executioners because they have no shields. They do have very high armor, but under the withering fire of multiple units, they will start taking some serious HP damage. And then we're moving the Death Runners up to try and screen out these Cold One Dread Knights, push around the flanks, try and keep them from enveloping us. And yeah, on the right side, we have the wall here with the border edge, so we can kind of shut down some flanks. We do have this high ground position so that we can keep the Plague Claw safe in case of bolt throwers, but his Dark Riders are sitting back here, the Raven's Herald, and they are absolutely dumpstering on those guys, but they do switch to the Doom Wheel to try and get some good AP chip damage done. So Dark Elves moving up and taking some pretty substantial fire right now. Poison Wind Globadiers headed up to try and get some good shots in on the War Hydra. Death Runners here, and we are going to move the Doom Wheels in, and he takes a nice chunk of shots off the Harganeth Executioners, killing a bunch of models, and that is going to be coming in to do some nice cycle charging damage. So we moved the Clan Rats up, we're pulling our Death Runners back, enveloping Lokhir Fellheart, who has gotten into our Poison Wind Globadiers. But back here, our Slingers have gotten into a supportive position, and we are going after the Raven's Herald. We should be able to do some decent damage to them. Out on the flanks, we have warded off his cavalry with the Death Runners, and we're pulling the Plague Monks in as well as some Clan Rats to start enveloping the Blackguard. So right now, doing some pretty solid damage. Harganeth Executioners up front have been taken out of the fight by some Plague Monks, Clan Rats, and the Doom Wheel. Our summons have gone off, and we do have some good envelopments going. Death Runners and Clan Rats surrounding the Blackguard. But this Hydra has busted through, and our Lords are in the back taking no damage right now. We have taken some decent damage on the Grey Seer. Fortunately, though, our Plague Priest is pretty safe, and we are moving all of our Skaven Slaves in to focus down the Raven's Herald still and to do some good damage to the War Hydra. Poison Wind Globadiers, excuse me, trying to back off, but staying close so they can get some work done on the Hydra. We do a Clan Rat summon here to try and bog it down, soak up some damage with their bodies, and get Lokhir wrapped up. But the Doom Wheel's coming in here to try and get some charges in and support against the Blackguard on the flank. Cavalry coming in and getting bogged down by Death Runners. Our Slingers there to support. Doom Wheel headed out after those guys to try and get a little bit of charge damage done, bog down the cavalry so the Clan Rats and the Death Runners can try and tie them up. And then he's going to be coming back, and our Doom Wheels are going to be focusing down on the Blackguard. So these guys aren't braced, they are surrounded by all these Skaven slaves and Plague Monks, all that good stuff. So they are going to be taking some rear charges and random shots from the Doom Wheels here. We're absolutely working them from the back. But meanwhile, this War Hydra is tied down in some clan rats. We did get our Grey Seer safe, and the Raven's Herald have taken tons of damage right now. Our Skaven Slave Slingers harassing them still. Our cannon crew has gone down, but so far it's looking pretty good for us. We've managed to rout out and break a bunch of his elite infantry. Some of it is coming back, but we've got some solid numbers left. The Poison Wing Globadiers still trying to chase down the War Hydra. A big breath attack going down though, getting a little bit of HP damage on the Grey Seer and the Doom Wheel. But yeah, his cavalry is rampaging right now into Death Runners, which is not ideal for him. We are going to be doing some good damage there. And the Harganath Executioners are tied up on Clan Rats. So right now, Knights of the Ebon Claw still have tons of HP and are coming in to do some charging, but they're mostly running into Chaff Infantry, which means that like the Death Runners and our Slingers are safe in the back to continue to harass his War Hydra and go after the Raven's Herald. Doing lots of work. Lokhir is getting routed off. He is being chased by 2 Doom Wheels, which he is not going to do well against. Our Lord, the Grey Seer, has been routed off, but he is going to be coming back. There's nothing here to be able to chase him, and we do still have our Plague Priest to provide some leadership support. So yeah, looking pretty good so far. We divert our Doom Wheels to go after the Knights of the Ebon Claw, try and get some good damage in on them, and to charge the War Hydra, maybe tank off what's left of the leadership. But yeah, so far looking like the sheer weight of our Clan Rat bodies, the Death Runners and Plague Monks doing excellent work, and then army losses are going to hit, and that is GG. So yeah, the infantry doing a great job of tying things down, Death Runners and Slingers doing some really good work, and the Doom Wheels absolutely dumpstering on the Executioners and the Blades of the Blood Queen. So all in all, this worked out very, very well for us. Could have been an issue if he went for like Sisters of Slaughter and Witch Elf heavy, but he didn't. He went more elite here, which ended up working out. The Plague Claw Catapult did some good damage on his infantry as it came in. It did end up getting sniped out by the Raven's Herald though. Tough loss for us, but Poison Wing Globadiers helping back up the DPS on the War Hydra, while the Slingers took out his air and then started to focus it down as well. So yeah, really great game, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Feel free to drop a comment down below. Let me know if there's anything you guys want to see. I will try to get some games in for you. But yeah, have a great day.